I don't know anything.
Ethan's in trouble.
Well, what can I do?
You know people. Important people.
It's Bat Masterson. Wyatt Earp. Pat Garrett.
I count 15 guards.
Not to mention 2 Gatling guns.
That's why nobody's ever escaped.
Until now.
Guns is a last resort only.
It was a trap. Cochrane knew they were coming. Now we're going to do this my way. The prisoners are brought into the yard every morning at 6:30. John Taylor and I will fly over, and we'll drop the weapons to the men.
You either tell me where it is, or I'm going to kill your friends one by one.
The balloon! No!
Joseph!
Grab on, Claire!
This is Marcy!
Aim!
Shoot it down!
What you looking for?
Just let the children go.
You get the children back after I get my gold back.
You think you are? You can't go on my property and do whatever you please. Shut up!
Get out of here. Tie him up. Okay, hold. That's enough. There ain't no gold in here. I told Cord this was gonna happen.
Get down! Hey, get him in the house!
Call him in. Do it.
Ethan in here.
Where's Cochrane?
Right here.
Max, kill.
See you, Wyatt. Ethan. Take care, kid.
I believe you and I have some unfinished business.
You set me up, Herb.
Cochrane had a gun to my head.
And you were going to trade my life for yours?
You don't want to do that, Cord. You can't even be sure.
Who the hell are you?
Name's Frank, Mr. Cord. I'm a newspaper reporter. Unarmed, may I? I saw your escape from the prison.
Well, come ahead.
Escape from El Camino del Diablo. Wyatt Earp, Bat Masterson, Pat Garrett.
You turned away.
I waited a lifetime for a chance like this, and you legends didn't let me down. Every newspaper in the country's bought my story.
I'm glad you got what you came for.
Looks like there's more to the story.
I was just explaining to Wyatt how I shot Joe Packard in '84.
Oh?
And I was telling Ethan how I would have handled it if I'd have been Joe Packard.
That's so.
Ethan, we'll meet again.
You'll excuse me, Frank. I've got 4 tired and dirty children to get back to paradise.
The great escape from El Camino del Diablo was over. The captives were free. The gunfight that followed the escape was over. The legendary Western heroes had prevailed. But now, in the aftermath of victory, Ethan Cord and Wyatt Earp stood alone and apart, face to face, their weapons drawn and trained on each other. Why?
Battling side by side, the three famous marshals assisted gunfighter Ethan Cord in a daring escape from the infamous El Camino del Diablo prison.
Here they come!
Tiny?
You're a hero, Ethan.
What?
A hero.
Look at this.
Would you look at that?
Glad to have you back, Ethan.
You're famous.
Put you right up there with the best.
Uncle Ethan was the one who was best. Best or not, I'll be glad to get home.
Let's go. Good to see you.
Bye-bye. What a mess.
We never should have left town.
Get out of here. Shoot. Get out of here. Why do we need this thing anyways? Protects the garden, George. Keeps the birds out. How? It's not real. It scares them. Doesn't scare me. It would if it could hop down off this post. It can't do that. Can it? Figure it out for yourself, George.
Ben, what are you doing?
Standing up for the law.
Stoop down for the squash. We lost half our vegetables when we were gone. We can't afford to lose more.
White Earp doesn't work in the garden.
How do you know? Besides, you shouldn't look up to gunfighters.
Who should I look up to? Stupid farmers.
Farmers aren't stupid. They figured out how to plant seeds in the ground and get food. They also figured out how to keep the birds away. Now, come on. Nice shot.
Ethan, children are waiting for you.
Must be all the excitement.
Says newspaper articles, all the slaps on the back. What's he doing here?
Wyatt Earp. I don't know. I really don't care.
You really don't care?
Wyatt? Ethan?
You just passing through?
I came to see you. Why'd you cover for me?
What do you mean?
You were ready to shoot me. Then that newspaper man showed up and you covered for me. Could have told him what happened, but you didn't. I want to know why.
Wyatt Earp. Two of the West's best gunfighters right here in Paradise. It's an honor. Scotty, a couple of bottles over here.
Coming up.
This is an event.
Yeah. That was me in Denver. Some say not, but the line. It was in the papers. Those were the 6th, 7th, and 8th men I sent to their graves.
Wyatt Earp's in town. I've seen you with my own eyes.
Wyatt Earp ain't so much. Needs Pat Masterson, Pat Garrett by his side. Read all about it.
It's not how I heard it.
If Drummer says it's so, it's so.
Whatever you say.
Wyatt Earp. Well, as soon as I'm presentable, I'm gonna go meet him.
Having a drink with the legendary Wyatt Earp. And Ethan Cord. Sure makes me feel comfortable.
Especially with our deputy marshal off to Marietta.
Look, we appreciate the hospitality, but you'd excuse us.
Business to discuss?
Right.
Well, bottoms up.
get used to the attention.
Oh, I don't mind.
You're new at it. So why'd you cover for me? Could have told that writer what really happened. Would have made a good story. Wyatt Earp loses his nerve.
I didn't want children to read a story like that. Wyatt Earp's a hero.
A hero. Never was a careless man, but I had guts. Where were my guts when we went up against Cochran? Somebody thinking of one thing, my wife.
Happens to me all the time. Now that I got these children, instead of thinking about the work, think about how much you got to lose. Cost you something, but it's worth it.
But I almost got you killed.
But it didn't get me killed. Just forget about it, Wyatt. It's over. Let me buy you a drink, huh?
Wyatt Earp?
And who are you?
Watch this.
Fast.
Will you remember when you was that fast?
No.
Well, let me see how fast you was. Let me see, Earp.
He didn't like taking orders. Goodbye. I said goodbye.
I didn't ask for help.
It looked like you needed it.
I didn't.
No, you were right. You didn't need any help in there.
Instinct. I've met 1,000 punks like that.
You were just as ready for him as you were all the rest. You made one mistake. Don't let it eat at you.
I guess you're right.
Of course I'm right.
Well, look who's in town.
Mr. Earp? Mr. Cord?
You followed us all the way from New Mexico?
Yes.
Why?
For a story. That's all I'm ever after.
You already got your story.
Yes, I did. And if you'd both gone home from New Mexico, I'd have gone home too, but you didn't, Mr. Earp. You came here.
Friendly visit?
No, sir. I don't think so. Call it professional intuition. I think there's more to the story. I can smell a story a mile off.
Go sniff around someplace else.
I sure will, Mr. Earp.
I don't believe he's going someplace else.
Well, I am. Gonna get myself a good night's sleep and head for home in the morning. Ethan? Thank you.
Paul, take a look at this.
This better be important.
It is. It's about Wyatt Earp.
What's it say?
It says Earp, Masterson, and Garrett broke a man named Cord out of prison.
Figured he was dead by now.
Oh, don't sound that way to me. It says here the hero of the OK Corral showed he's lost
Does it tell his whereabouts?
No, sir, but this fella, Ethan Cord, he's from Paradise, right nearby.
But not Earp.
No, sir, but I figure we could start there. The hero of the OK Corral? What kind of hero is Earp gonna be without his brothers and Doc Holliday? I guess we'll find out. We are, aren't we, Pa? You always told me you was gonna kill him.
Where'd you say? Paradise?
Are you finished? Yeah. So Benny yelled, Mr. Masterson! And then he dropped the key. Mr. Masterson cut the key. And then he whammed the gold with it. And with his other hand, he grabbed his gun and shot the other gold.
Very good, George. Now get up and help with the rest of the dishes.
That was the most fun I ever had.
Oh, weren't you scared?
Never. A little, but exciting too.
It's gonna be real hard getting back to work here.
I've been looking forward to it. You have?
Well, I'm not, but there's sure a lot to be done.
We saw how bad it was.
It shouldn't be that hard. If we all pitch in, we get this place fixed up in no time.
And that's all there is to it.
Hi, Wyatt.
Josie.
You're not gonna shoot me, are you?
One more hot day and we're gonna lose everything.
The cream is in the wagon. Who's taking us?
Well, Uncle Ethan already went to town.
Again?
I think he's worried about Mr. Earp.
White Earp? In paradise?
Uncle Ethan said he'd help pick the vegetables. What's left of them.
He'll be back early. In the meantime, I'll help you.
George and I can go to town ourselves.
Claire, take them.
Come on, George. Okay, boys, I would like you to take this to Mr. Lee. And I'll take this to Mr. Axelrod. Clayton wants to know if Mr. Lee can give us 10 pounds of 5-penny meals. 5 pounds of 10 penny. That's what I said. Kenny, if these clothes fit me in, Kenny? I don't know. You'll have to ask Mr. Lee. I'll do that, George.
Hello, George. Frank, you remember me?
Yes, sir.
Is that a friend of yours?
Yes.
Oh, this is a nice town. Have you always lived here?
I'm from St. Louis.
St. Louis. Well, there's a jewel.
No, it's a city.
That's Sam Clanton. I don't believe it.
Frank, what are you doing in paradise?
That's Sam Clanton.
Did he say Sam Clanton?
Yes, I'm Sam Clanton.
The enemy of White Earp. They fought at the OK Corral. It was one of the most famous gunfights there ever was.
You know, I'd love to ride to Reno with you, but we gotta help Joseph save what's left of the crops.
Didn't figure to find you here.
Let's go, Wyatt.
How are you, Sam?
Can't complain. What's it been, 10 years?
Almost to the day.
We'll be back tomorrow, Wyatt.
Not necessary, Mr. Clanton. I'm an unarmed man. Yes, sir.
Yeah, he's a newspaper man, Paul.
We don't need no newspapers.
No, sir. I'm a reporter. And I'm covering the famous feud.
What famous feud?
You and Earp. So, what are your plans? Regarding Earp, I mean.
I mean to kill him.
How?
Even if I knew, I'd be a damn fool to tell you, wouldn't I? Any way I can, I guess.
I don't have to tell you, Mr. Clanton, that the gunfight at the OK Corral is the most famous gunfight in American history.
Then why'd you tell me?
It made Wyatt Earp famous and successful. Now, if I wanted to revenge something like that, I'd want revenge in kind. I'd want a revenge that would make me just as famous.
Mister,
I lost 2 brothers and 2 good friends at the OK Corral. I swore on their gravestones I'd get even. I gave my word, and I mean to keep it. But killing them will be enough. I don't need to get fancy about it.
We could make a lot of money. A lot of money.
More coming all the time. Just what we need, crowd.
George!
Debbie, I'm tired.
You didn't have trouble lifting it an hour ago. We've got to get to town. Come on. Where's Ben?
He went up to town with Uncle Ethan early this morning. I've got to hang these up before we go.
We can't spare the time.
Hopeless. This is not hopeless, Joseph. It's not always like this. There's an emergency and we had to leave. Now we're paying the price.
Right. We're paying the price, not Uncle Ethan. He's out having a good time. The emergency was fun compared to this.
Return to the OK Corral. 10 years. 10 years to the big day. It's Clem's. Make sure you photograph the both of them.
Sam Clanton?
You got no part in this.
Let's just say I'm a friend.
Our business is with Herb.
What is it, Sam?
We got a proposition for you.
I'm listening. Look, fellas, this whole thing's getting a little out of hand here.
All you gotta do is meet us here tomorrow. Wednesday, the day you shot my uncles and the McClarys at the OK Corral 10 years ago. It's time to settle an old score.
It's past time. Why don't y'all go home?
Look at all the people. It's like St. Louis on a Sunday.
I don't think so.
You're causing quite a stir.
I'm just covering a story.
Covering or creating?
What's the matter, Indian? Don't you like a little excitement? No manners, Redskin?
I have excellent manners. Excuse me.
Oh, come on, fellas. Joseph. Joseph.
All right.
No, it's not all right. I know how hard you work.
Doesn't matter.
Joseph. It's no good. What are you doing? Joseph, where are you going?
Oh, leave me alone.
Joseph!
Ethan, let him be.
What's he so worked up for? It's just vegetables.
All the work he's put in since we got back. I mean, Joseph is the only one around here who's kept a clear head. He's been doing all the work that has to be done while everybody else is off getting mixed up with all of this.
It's a brawl, Amelia. These things happen.
Oh, look at this, Ethan. Look what this newspaper man's done.
Well, the newspaper man didn't bring Sam Clanton to town.
No, but he is exploiting it. He's using Earp and Clanton and you. He's turned Paradise into a Roman arena. That was not just a brawl, Ethan. That was a preliminary event.
Joseph? Joseph! Look, Joseph, I know you've been carrying the load since we've been back.
It's all right.
No, it's not all right. Tomorrow we got to start over. We got to plant new crops, we got to tend to the cattle, we got to finish up the cabin. Both of us.
Tomorrow's the gunfight.
Not gonna be any gunfight.
There's not?
Go on, Brian, stop it.
How are you going to do that?
I don't know. But I'll think of something. Joseph, it's gonna be all right. It's a fresh start for all of us.
Uncle Ethan, I don't always like complaining, whining like some baby.
Baby, huh? Seems to me like you're the only one around here these days who's acting like a man.
Look at this.
Can't back out now, Pa.
I never figured on this.
Good day, Mr. Clinton. Big event, ain't he?
What do you want?
Oh, we got a beef with Wyatt Earp, too. And his friend Ethan Cord.
Hey, Sweep, get out of here.
That's got nothing to do with us.
Sure it does, Pa. Let him talk. Well, we figure Cord may join Earp against you, and we'd like throwing our guns with you.
Forget it. This is between me and Earp.
This is Cord's town. He'll bring help. We'll just be there to even the odds is all.
Ethan, hold up. Those two drifters, one's been hanging around town. They're joining in with the Clantons. There's going to be big trouble.
Jumped up as soon as I heard the firing start. Without stopping for a bonnet, I rushed outside. A man in a wagon yelled, "Come on, lady, I'll run you up to the excitement." I almost swooned when I saw Wyatt's figure. Alive. He spotted me, came across the street. And like a feather-brained girl, my only thought was, my God, I haven't a bonnet on. What'll they think? It's always the little things that stand out at times like that. Excuse me.
Truth be known, the OK Corral never should have happened. If the Clantons hadn't have been hotheads, they had turned over the revolvers when Virgil asked for them. Instead, Billy went for it.
Sam Clanton swore revenge.
Maybe. I don't believe he's got stomach for it anymore.
What makes you say that?
Oh, you've been hiding, Wyatt? Been especially hard to find these past 10 years?
No.
We found you easily enough.
I bet Clanton's grudge wore off a long time ago.
Could be, but he's here.
But there won't be any gunfight if you leave town tonight.
I've never liked gunfighting, Ethan, but I've never run from it.
You wouldn't be running away from a gunfight. You'd be walking away from a tent show. You're better than that business outside. You're Wyatt Earp. You're not some cowboy in a fast-draw Wild West show.
I didn't start this. Stay for dessert, Josie. I'm going to turn in early.
Wyatt?
It's all right. I was uncomfortable about you standing with me anyway. It's my fight.
Those two fellas just joined the Clantons. Throws the odds a bit.
I can handle it.
Let him go.
Mr. Urban, get your son. More people coming all the time. Stop this fight, even if it means getting him out of town at gunpoint.
No. How can you say no? This is a travesty. I know what it is. And I also know that if you stop him, he'll be as good as dead anyway. Why? Because he's Wyatt Earp. A hero, a man of honor. He can't imagine himself being anything else.
Even the hero's got to face the facts.
Not if he hates the facts. If you don't want to stand with Wyatt tomorrow, that's your business. But remember this. Wyatt Earp and the others did rescue you from prison. No matter what happened afterwards, you're alive because Wyatt was there.
You're going.
I have to. I owe you an explanation, Joseph, and I'll give you one. Not now.
Yes, sir.
Joseph, it's complicated. I couldn't stop the fight, and I can't let Wyatt Earp stand alone.
I understand.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
We'll have plenty of time to talk about it when we're playing. Side by side.
Yes, sir. Let him go. Everybody else is going.
I'm not. Can I go? No!
Joseph, it's too dangerous for Ben to be there.
Alan will be there. Somebody will look after Ben.
What are you doing?
I'm leaving.
Joseph!
I can't live here anymore.
Uncle Ethan won't let you go. I won't let you go. You're breaking up the family.
Are you running away from home?
No, George, I'm just leaving.
Will you just leave him too?
I don't know yet.
No, Joseph. No. Uncle Ethan said it would get better. You told me he did. He'll change. Things will change.
They'll never change, Claire. Uncle Ethan's no rancher. There's always somebody to come shoot him or lock him up. And when nobody's after him, he's after somebody else. Or helping somebody else. It's not going to change.
What's wrong with helping the way he helps Mr. Earp? If you can't help people, nothing will change. Nothing will ever change, Joseph. Nothing.
Good. I want you to get as much of the corral with the sign as you can, all right?
Why are you doing this?
Doing what?
Making all this happen.
That's a very direct question.
I'm a very direct person. At least I am now.
I can see that.
Well then, why are you doing this?
Trying to sell newspapers.
Is that so important?
It is to me.
You're making my whole family very unhappy.
I'm not trying to.
If you hadn't started all this about the OK Corral, things would be fine.
I'm trying to save a newspaper in trouble. Creditors are beating down my door. People depend on me for salaries.
If you need a story that badly, why don't you just make one up? That's all you're really doing anyway.
You don't understand modern journalism.
Modern journalism? Does that mean making up stories? You're a liar and a very bad man. You don't care about people's feelings or what happens, as long as you get your story. Go ahead then. Get it.
Look at them.
Don't think about it, Pa. Think about revenge.
Can't. I guess it's been too long. All I can think is Billy'd still be alive if Virgil Earp hadn't been a hothead and pulled his gun.
Maybe, Pa, but we can't think about that now.
You ready?
Let's get on with it.
Joseph, no!
Don't fire! What are you doing here?
Looking for you.
Why?
Fight on your side. See what it's like.
Joseph.
Better than farming, isn't it?
No. Fighting doesn't bring anyone back. Would you be happier if you lose your son, Sam Clanton? You're only doing all this because that newspaper man made it happen.
She has a point.
So, does this mean there's not going to be a gunfight?
Sam, this the way you want it?
No.
Neither do I.
I'd rather keep it private.
Settle it ourselves.
Not here. Not now. Not like this.
You want to think on it a while?
Yeah. I'll let you know. Let's go home.
I hate to admit it, but I feel better than I have in years.
Didn't you feel good when we broke out of El Camino del Diablo?
Oh, it felt good to get out.
But this time you didn't even have the gunfight.
Didn't need one. That's the good part.
You ruined everything.
You all right?
I'm fine.
I'm glad you didn't leave, Joseph.
So am I.
Can't change things unless you're there. Sorry.
No need to be sorry, Joseph. We both have got a lot to learn. Guess we all do, huh?
say goodbye.
You didn't get your story.
Doesn't matter. I'm leaving with a better one.
What's that?
Wyatt Earp and Ethan Cord will always be heroic and righteous and memorable.
That's not a story. You can't print that in the paper.
I don't own a newspaper anymore.
Creditors?
They're villainy victorious.
I'm sorry.
I'm not. As I said, I've got a better story.
What's it about?
What all good stories are about. Courage, wisdom, feeling. All the noble things I've seen here these past few days. And you will be smack in the middle of it, Claire.
I will?
Absolutely.
So people will read about me. They'll follow me around like Wyatt Earp. I won't even be able to get my chores done. I don't know if I'd like that.
Then I'll change your name.
No, I might like that. It'll be a secret just between the two of us. So make sure you send me a copy.
I said I was going to write it. I didn't say anybody was going to publish it.
Someone will. That's all there is to it.
You see what I mean? That's why the story's about you, Claire. You're all the hero I need. Claire lived in the midst of Dorothy lived in the midst of the great Kansas prairie with Uncle Henry, who was a farmer, and Aunt Em, who was the farmer's wife.